Okay, so we kind of got a little fun, little inside skinny on your guys' week. Talk to us about your team members and their coaching, post coaching. How did that go? The good, the bad, all of that.
I haven't even posted mine yet because I'm still tweaking it to make it perfect before I do.
Have you had a chance to use the one you're going to post?
Yeah, I used it last week, but now I'm just starting it over again for my Facebook parties this week. So I'm just kind of tweaking it a little bit, make it perfect, and then I'll share it. So
nice.
Soon, before tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. That's one. I don't know, one thing that from our team members, none of them wanted to post until they got to use it. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so fair. I didn't want to post mine until I tried it 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I said, you don't have to post it. If you just keep tweaking it and all that, and then when you absolutely think, this is pretty good, I am using every bit of it, then you can post it if you want, because the purpose of posting is to inspire others. So if it doesn't feel like that, then maybe you're not ready. What are some thoughts from any of you guys and your teams and the week's cow?
I revised mine and probably didn't expound enough on the actual host coaching because I'm still working on that too. But I posted pretty much an entire online party that right now is working for me. It's always a work in progress. So at least I got something out there, and somebody else might just look at that and go, oh yeah, okay, well, no, yeah, well, yeah, maybe I could do that even more. So I just made a stab at it to put up the entire thing that's working for me right now.
Right. What about you, Brandy or Mary? I know, Brandy, you're driving, but
I'm still working on mine too.
So I shared I didn't share in the page yet, but I've showed my bingo. That's pretty much my host coaching. I'm going to post it today, but I shared what has been shared in my team page, and they, I said, this is what we're doing in our incentive group, and hold on. And so I wanted to share with you guys, and they thought it was fantastic.
What kind of feedback are you getting from any of the team members, if you've had a chance to chat with them, or just some of their thoughts or insights
on
host coaching in general? Because one of the things that one of our teamies said last week when I was chatting with her was that from that one I posted, the whatever that was, anyway, but she says, oh my gosh, I was overwhelmed at how am I going to get it all in, but when yours sounded like it's like a conversation.
Yeah.
How fascinating was that to hear? It's like, well, it is a conversation.
Yeah. So for my team meetings, I have my team meetings on Monday nights, and I'm basically like a week behind what we're doing in the incentive group. So I kind of like see everything, and then put my own kind of together, and then that's what our topic is for Monday night. Mm-hmm. And so it just went right in line with what we were doing, because we really talked about follow-up and stuff, and then they had questions about, like, how do some of you guys get such good parties? And everyone was not cohesive, but like the majority of the answer was good hosts. But I said, how do you get good hosts? Obviously, if they're willing, they all start at the same place. So it's how you treat each coach or each host. And then that really rolled into the host coaching, and they loved having just a lot of them are so new, they had no idea that was even something you had or should do. So just having some sort of outline that they were really grateful, really excited for.
It was fun to hear them talk about incorporating, oh yeah, I got to try to get a party booked from a party. Oh yeah, I should try to sponsor somebody there. Oh yeah, I should try to give someone a deal and let them know about the bundle and save. And see, that's what was so fun for me to hear their feedback, because we've been doing it so long, we forget how to break it down.
Jeanette, would you consider sharing your video that you do with your host coaching?
Oh yeah, it's a live. Can I do it? Can I share a live?
I think it's in your something. I saw it. I was able to click on it. I think it's the scavenger hunt. Maybe it's in our host coaching thing, and it has the link to her video.
Yes. I'm almost certain, because I do each of them live, but I know for that, I think you're right, Yvonne. I did one. Oh yeah, I did one for the training with the team member on the page, so I could share it. So yeah, I'll tag you and try to find it, Bonnie.
Okay, thank you.
But it's just a real quick bada bing, bada boom. I got that from the tag team people, that idea, and I love it because it's personal. And
yeah,
I used to record it and just send the recording, but then there was always so many little things that I just thought, I'm just gonna go live really fast.
One thing I think is kind of interesting about the host coaching script that I have and the copy paste, walking them through step by step, is that I have like 4 Facebook parties going on this week, and I had 4 the last time I did them. And the coaches are so different. I mean, every one of them is, some of them just go and do what you tell them to do. Some of them, it's not a script that can just be adhered to. You gotta be flexible with it and do whatever that particular host needs at that time, whether they need help in getting people to the group or help interacting on the page, or it's just interesting how every one of them is different. That script doesn't work for every single thing.
Yeah, it truly is an outline. Or, even if they were just a bullet and check off, covered it.
Yeah.
You can just do that. That's what's so, I know, that's what's so rewarding about it. And then how are we doing the 3 legs of the tripod or the stool? How are we getting other people to buy and obviously join and host? But I consider to me, that's leadership. So
I've had a lot of people.
Go ahead. No, you.
I was just saying, I've had a lot of people on my team that really haven't been very active reach out and ask like what I'm doing, because I've added so many people to my team. And I think I used that the graphic that you shared last week about how focusing on getting people on your team, even if it means gifting them the party, because it's more rewarding in the long run. Because I'm still struggling with having a few of them even understand that.
Well, a lot of them aren't going to understand it until they play with it, right? I mean, I wouldn't have read all this until I started dorking around with it, and yeah, so that's good. That's true, right? It's a good point. That it's great that they're struggling, because that's when sometimes we don't hear from our team members. They don't want to admit it, or they think it's a weakness or something when they're struggling. So that's what's so great about connecting or trying to reach out to all of ours. There was one of our team members, it's a little side note, but there was one of our team members that I PM'd, that's how she prefers to connect, and she always gets right back with me, and she didn't. It was the whole next day, and I said Bueller, and that's all I wrote. And then she says, I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. I'm like, who doesn't know Bueller? Oh, so unfortunately, when we did talk, we talked more about that. So that's what's so fun. I'll never forget her. Okay, so this is what we're gonna try to. Oh, any other thoughts on host coaching? Of course, we still want to encourage our team members to show and at least share it with us. I told our gals that I've been doing this so long, I would love to see theirs for some fresh ideas. Even though, like you said, Yvonne, we're constantly tweaking it, right? Constantly. Okay, let me see if I can share screen when I downloaded. I'm not sure how I could do that. Nope. Ooh, advanced. Whoa. Hey, I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Desktop. Well, I saved it. Ooh, I know. All right then. This is what I want right here. Boom. Okay. And then desktop.
Ta-da!
Do you see that?
Yes.
Yep.
All right, and then, oh, I pulled the same one up twice. Ooh, not that one. Okay, good. So you saw that one. So uno momento. Let's see if was it big or was it small for you guys?
Small.
Are they always small?
No.
So how do it's down, I have it on a down, I saved it into a file. So how can I make it big for us?
What if you enlarge it at your end?
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I took it on full screen. Let's see if I can enlarge it, I guess. Oh my golly, you guys. I've had so much fun doing this and breaking it down. And then I showed Kent and then he got all excited and then he vamped it up another notch. So it has been so rewarding and exhausting. I mean, it took about, I mean, it doesn't seem like that long, but I don't know why, but it took me probably an hour for each one. That's how psychotic. Okay, now this is looking pretty good. Let's see if this is big. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. It's big.
Sweet. Okay, but I don't want that one first. So, kidding.
So what'd you do?
There. Nope. 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 Uno momento. I just a minute. There's so many choices. Let's try this again. I want to share. I don't know what I just did. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. Sorry. Sorry, thanks. Boom. Boom. Oh, yeah. I'm a winner. Boom. Boom. Hey, you know how hard it is to concentrate when you know people are staring at you?
You want us to close our eyes?
Oh, let's see if the other one won't do it. That's so rude.
But we're not breathing down your back. That's good.
Big like that. And you got to see it. Could you see it though?
Yeah, we could see it.
Yeah.
I'm not the second one because that was deluxe. Okay, so. Yes. And hold please. And ta-da!
Ta-da! You did it.
Okay.
It's not as big as it was before
Well,
for me.
we're just gonna have to wing it. I'll post all of these for you because this is an idea that we were thinking, but we wanted to run it by you to see how do you think we can benefit most with this kind of information? And I've already practiced it with a couple of our leaders. And here's the fascinating thing is that, you know, that it came up in both cases. Oh yeah, but we're not supposed to talk about money with Cincy. Oh yeah, but Cincy doesn't talk about income. And it was so good because it was very valid. So I just said, well, what business does not know their income. And it's not like you're broadcasting and bragging. And I'm not trying to justify this. I wish I would have had this and would have shared more of it sooner. But I was really sensitive to some of our leaders who said, no, I don't want them to know because then they'll know how much I make off of them. Well, that's not what this is about. This is literally about how we can grow, what the possibilities are. And if you don't think Cincy knows and talks about their numbers, think about the last time they did it end of month. What is the very first thing they talk about?
Yeah.
The income for the day. How many sales they, so to me, it's not trying to justify this. It is trying to share from a business perspective. It's not personal. There's no names on this. This was so fun for me. We asked, which was fascinating. So I asked certified, who was an essential last year, and then certified, who was now a lead, and then lead, who's now a star, and then so on. And it was cool to see the big picture is there's not a ton of difference in income between obviously the essential, certified, and lead. But what that validated for me from what you and I and what we all chatted about last week, the surging leader group that we want to do, it's gotta start at star. Because like we said, remember last week we said, as lead, that could happen accidentally. There's nothing consistent about it. Their income is super, super, super close to being certified. And once they have star, they have enough team members for us to start sharing. This right here would be overwhelming to a lead, in our opinion. And so what we loved about it is it just gave another concrete reason why we do what we do, not just subjective, because this business can be very subjective. So you can see right here that, so this is the new comp plan, and actually to do what we did, I would have rather had the new commission page. I'd rather had the old commission page for breaking it down, because we had that on our superstar director, but not on this, but that's okay. So before we just jump right into this, tell me, what is something that you see from this that jumps out at you? And even if you can't, I think you guys are familiar with, even if you can't see it because it's kind of blurry.
The change in commission.
What? Say that again, Mare?
The change in commission.
Obvious. Huge. 1 year? Who wouldn't want that? Come on.
Active frontline is way more.
One more. Ooh.
Is it one more or way more? Is it 17? It's hard to see.
What is?
It's hard,
That's
it's
okay.
really hard to see
I'm
for
glad
me.
you're saying that, because of course I accented that because it was great, because we were thinking, hey, how many frontline do you have active? Look at the difference in compensation. Yet there was only one more active.
And did she get paid at title? Because it says superstar, but then star consultant. So was she even getting paid at title?
What do you think?
No.
So a huge benefit.
Yeah. Yeah.
To encourage them to get paid at title. But look how fun this is. She had her own PRV to get paid at title.
She doubled her team size, more than doubled her team size.
No, huh?
No.
Yeah, she went from 11 to 24.
Yeah.
Boom. So that goes to show that it's not just about active, but how you work with your active to get their team members active, to get their team members. And so the power there is you had 6 people that you were working with. You had 6 people in your army that you were trying to work and guide with. That were doing it. She had 11. But just because there was 11, I'm talking 2019, doesn't show that there was those 8, those 5. It doesn't show what those guys did. She had 6 of her own, very personal, but she had 5 other worker bees, 5 other army, 5 other family members that were out there changing the world. But it doesn't show that. So how is she working with her 6? Then it bumps up to 24, and look what it does to the commission. She only had 1 more person. So what else does that maybe tell us?
the people under her are working. Like, she probably started working with her frontline who had rock star frontlines.
Right? She's learning how to be a leader as well. She's growing in her own leadership. How fun is that? Okay, what else?
I'm trying to see what the bonus from her team was.
Yeah, I can't read it very good. My old
can't read it.
eyes.
I have something better. Okay, hold that thought. Well, I know what we can do. So can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this part right here is why we added this.
Yeah,
So which is good. Ken liked this part because it had GWV. The new commission page doesn't have GWV. But what you can see here is the purple is 2019, the pink is 2020, and just look at this consistent growth. This speaks mountains of consistency. Bottom line, this means something is happening regularly. She, as this leader, is doing her own thing. She's growing personally. We can see it in her numbers. We can see it in her PRV. She almost doubled her PRV from 19 to 2020. And then look at just that big picture graph is that even her GWV. So her high GWV was around 5,000, and then it bumped up to going to 15,000 in 1 year. So that tells you a lot what this leader is doing. And now that she has more people in her group, so now I would start working with her on, okay, so you have 7 active. How many out of those 24 are your frontline? Get laser focused with those frontlines so they can start getting laser focused with their frontline. So you create this whole entire chain reaction of families creating the stools. And the stools is the selling, sponsoring, and leading, right? Okay, so this was how Ken added the graph. So what I think, now just listening to you, and we weren't 100% certain sold, but what I think might make our lives a lot better, easier, is this. Boom. Yeah, I think this mo better. I think this mo better. Let's try. You see it?
Yep.
See it.
Go graph. So here's what was high maintenance is I combined all of them to share and show just as one big page. And then Ken wanted to separate them to match the graph. So then I had to go in and separate them myself. But I think it's gonna be easier for training purposes for us to have this and maybe show, we can do both. We can show this and the graph, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the graph.
So another thing to highlight, out of her almost $1,600 in commission, $877 of it basically came from her team members, not her own sales, from her working with her team. So how can we share this as leaders? How would we go about sharing this with our team members?
In the past, I've done a like a graph that shows what I made on my commission and what I made on the team over like a year. And it was always so much more on the team, just to get that visual, like this is what I sold a lot and I made this, but I made this much more. And I didn't put, I guess I could if I did the non-disclosure or whatever, but, or the income disclosure. But I didn't put dollar amounts. It was just kind of, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It was just a bar graph, but without the dollar amounts, but they could totally see that the difference in what I made by myself and what I made on the team.
Okay, I'm writing this down because maybe we need to do that.
It's a good visual, I think.
Well, because we all, I mean, we could even put the amount. So to piggyback off of Ken's fun graph, I mean, that was a quick reference, bada bing, bada boom. So so this is fun because she was a superstar consultant last year, not being paid at title, and then bumped all the way up to director this year. And that, that amount matters, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. So this one is so fun because I'm going to show you the next one. This one affects all of you guys. Sometimes I am so organized.
It's all those new fancy shelves you got.
Because they're so organized.
Get her empty.
I was telling Yvonne and I were talking about that at the beginning. They said they agreed to come in and drill the shelves and install my 4-foot power strips because they just needed to bring cupboards. So he said, oh, well, while we're here, we'll do it. So I didn't want to put anything on them because it's still going to get drilled on, moved and all that. So you should see the hallway. It's a pit hole. Okay, so this one is deluxe too. So this is you guys.
Yeah.
To me, I love this. This is what inspired me to go, oh my God, we need to know what's possible. We need to share numbers. None of this, I don't care who we are, none of this would be doing this if money wasn't involved. And this is when we talk about form, family, occupation, recreation, and the M, a lot of people say money. How much money do you want to make? In the books I've read, it was money that you want to make. But I've always thought it was how will money make a difference? So what's going to make a difference in your life? Money. Is it going to allow you to give back? Is it going to allow you to do this, buy this, have this? Take money matters. I don't care who you are. Unfortunately, it seems to be an elephant in the room, but holy shizballs. If I would have had this at this stage, I would have freaking, and then, I know what's possible now, but I didn't now. Think about all of our team members who aren't at directors yet. Did you guys realize that in 1 year, she went from star director to superstar director? So tell me from what you're seeing, hopefully you can see it clear, takeaways.
The director generation bonus is crazy fun.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
I mean, she's got that second director is a rock star. Or no, she got 2 more. That's what it was. But it more than doubled. Like, dang.
What more than doubled?
Well, so to go from star director to superstar, you have to promote 2 more directors. So her director bonus was $665 as a star director. That's good, but meh. And then but then you double it, right? You had 2 directors, now you got 4, but her director generation, like 5, what is 5? Like quad, doubled, upled? I don't even know how you say that.
It was like almost 8 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the one that's 44.51 something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a huge jump right there. I can't read it very well, but
this screen shows us she started with 2. That's what I liked about the old commission tab. She had 2 first generation, not necessarily frontline, first generation directors, and then bumped to 4. So she doubled that, but went 8 times in income. Does that just show this picture? There's no way she would be here if she was not consistent Nelly. There's no way she'd be here if she wasn't doing something, somehow working her business every day. And if you can convey that to some of our team members about the power, even if you just do 10 minutes a day, would you be willing to give it a half hour a day if you knew you could have a $4,000 paycheck 1 month? Oh, wait, what if you kept going for 1 half hour? Because I promise you, she didn't change her hours just because her title changed. She didn't go from working whatever. I'm just giving the example. Let's say she was working 30 minutes a day. If she's working 30 minutes a day and she already made it to director, and she kept working 30 minutes a day and then grew to star director, and then she kept working, wouldn't you die if you put in the same effort, because you're learning how to work smarter, because you're constantly trying to feed your brain and your soul and train everything, and you're still putting in the same amount of time, but then your income went 8 times the amount? or in this particular case, she almost tripled her income, I should say, not her generation bonus. But I mean, come on, what a fun pick. So our thought for our cow this week, for our focus, is we do tomorrow night, and I'll talk about it. I'll lead the chitty chat. But tomorrow night, maybe we just show the graph. Well, maybe we can show the GWV graph. Just give it a simple, because it's only 20 minutes, right? But we're going to talk to them about the potential. Maybe do make a graph, kind of like you were saying, Yvonne, a quick reference graph of each level that we're going to have examples of. But it's only for star, superstar, and director and above. And intentionally, because we have a handful of certifieds and leads in this incentive group, but it's another kudo. It's another exclusive benefit. When you hit star, you get to go into the leadership group. And you can call it the leadership group. We're calling ours the surging leader group. But what we're going to need to be consistent on, all of us leaders doing this, is what level are you allowing your people to get into your leadership group? And absolutely, when we get ours going, we'll invite you. You're welcome to piggyback, and we'll all grow together and use you and abuse you, etc., and all that. But if you want to stick to the one that we all talked about that you already have, we just need to all agree. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's proof in the pudding with the numbers that we should not start lower than star. I could be talked into going to superstar to allow them into surging leader, but I cannot be talked into lead after I saw so many of these broken down. And I'm sick to my stomach to think it took me this long to even ask for this. I don't know why it took me so long to ask team members for their commissions so we can break it down like this. All right. Feedback. You are not going to hurt my feelings. I'm telling you, we're all here because we're trying to do what's best for most.
And tell me the reasoning behind not going lower than star.
Because the compensation plan did not make any difference between.
Okay, that much.
No difference to train on. So if it didn't make any difference to train on, then why would we focus with those who don't deserve it?
Yeah.
The stars.
And I think with lead, they a lot of times can get there by not accident, but like not doing anything. They just show up at lead, or not show up at lead, but you have one person on their team, they both do a little bit, and but when they're working, then that's when they start to promote to star consultant, So, and I feel like if they're following kind of the steps of Sensi, like I have like a little flow chart for my new consultants, but it's like, 200, you're active, 500, you hit your shooting star, 1,000, you're certified, 1,500, level 1, sensational start, Now you need a person on your team. Well, now you just promoted to star or to lead also. So now you finished sensational start. What do you have to work towards? Well, now you got to work towards star consultant, and then you'll be added to the leaders group. So I think it's a little bit of exclusivity without excluding too many people.
Well, and think about it. At lead, they get to be on the consultant locator. That's a fun bonus. What do they have at star? Now they get to be in the leadership group. And now it's also a great tool for all of us to train our frontline on, to guide them to star, because our incentive points now are rewarding up to star. So by golly, we want to work with our frontline to start boosting. We want every newbie not to just get certified. You know how laser focused we were on that? Okay, we just got to get them certified. Well, now we got to get them to star. We got to get them to star, because once we get them to star, we can get them into the surging leader groups, and then all of a sudden, this is the stuff that we start sharing. This is the stuff that, where they're just going to take the ball and run with it. And here's a fun thing that I heard at Superstar Director Summit yesterday, the statistic. Ooh, I wrote it down. Oh yes, this is so fun. So since he had, that was a random one. I almost read that random one to you, but I'll tell you that one, but it was off kilter from what I wanted to tell you. Where did it go? When a consultant hits sensational start level 3, they are 43 times more likely to become a director. That to me was validating why we go crazy with say, okay, you're gonna go for sensational start level 2 or 3. That's what everyone on our team does. I never say level 1. That's what our team does. You're gonna go for level 2 or level 3. That's what our team does. So now I'm gonna start telling them, just go for level 3. I mean, if you want to make life-changing money, and here's your why, because you told me your why, so here's why. Remember, because you wanted to pay for your child's tuition. Oh, remember, because you wanted to put new sealant on the front of your house. Remember? Well, those are the kind of things that are so freaking. I love that. The other statistic that was random is that since he has hired, we went from, what did they say, 700 to. Oh, you guys! Oh, I can't tell you that.
What was it was 43 times more likely to hit director if you hit sensational start 3?
You got it. All right, so since he has hired, since April, we're at 1,700 employees. So we've almost hired double the amount of employees during the pandemic. That part's fun, right?
Yeah.
And compared to last year, it was double digits. And how many, and this is January through August, throughout the whole entire year, last year, it was double digits how many new consultants hit level 3. So far this year, 257 have hit level 3.
Mom.
Wow.
How crazy is that?
Did they tell you how many superstar directors there are?
No, and I didn't post the question either, because they're supposed to post the recording, Brandy, so I thought I would ask there as opposed to, but it's not a secret.
Yeah, I'm just curious because, you know, there's 5 billion directors now. And,
well, didn't I share what did we have? Oh, I know. We promoted 3 superstar directors as a company in the entire year last year. And so far, 45.
crazy.
Superstar directors. So I know we're over 200, Brandy, but I'll find out, okay?
I just wondered how it, you know, because they said there's, 521 star directors.
Yeah, see, I didn't even hear that part, but I could have either been writing or.
Well, that was the Star Director Summit.
Oh.
Or.
So they had to share it with us, huh? Well, to be honest, this one gal that they had presenting, she's a millennial financial guru, which was fun to listen to. I really did get a lot from her as far as how to, guide and work and all that on the financial part. But she says, you know what, you really have to reward yourself. You got to pay yourself. And so you got to sit down and take an hour, half hour, whatever, to put your numbers in, even though we don't like numbers. So do whatever it takes. Get yourself a drink, a cup of coffee, light a candle, and you should have seen the thread because this was live. And all these SS, whoa, what? I mean, I just thought, oh my golly, do your homework. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Remind me of what's that gal's name that Cincy will never have back, because she was teaching about parties on stage. This was when our conventions were in Idaho, so they were small, and she was teaching about what to give as host rewards and all that. And she put a candle in a bag and a little note for spa, and we're all. I mean, this was before social media, so the poor thing luckily didn't get blasted like the gal last night did. But you know what? She's millennial. She didn't care. She went, oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, but you get the idea. But I doubt she's invited back. When you're getting paid to present, do your homework. Okay, so sidetrack. Sorry, I got all excited because I love the numbers and the statistics and what was your theme, your star director theme, Yvonne, for your summit approach?
Oh, gosh, something like be the best you can be. Like, don't worry about the next title. Just do the best that you can right now.
Does that not piggyback on what we're always talking about? Just become a better leader. And the big, which I love, oh my golly, the big buzz this year for Cincy is stretch goals.
Yeah. You're like, I saw that one coming.
So proud. But our theme is healthy, wealthy, and wise. So so we had the financial guru, and then we had the Enneagram. I wonder if I can share that with you guys, because I think that would be so fun. But anyway, so, well, I know I'm getting all sidetracked, but what we thought would be fun is that I know we're doing our incentive chats and all of that right here. But when we hear numbers that we're allowed to share, like things like that, come on, you can't tell me that's NDA. Even though they told us everything there is NDA, and you're looking at 60, 70 SSDs we've whined about this. They haven't signed an NDA. I don't even know what the hell one of those is. So, okay, I don't know what that means, but there's things like this that we want to share every time we hear them. And so every week, this is what we're going to do. So it was fun for me to be at Summit, because it sounds like a really basic thing to do. But if you guys are anything like how I perceive it, isn't it kind of cool to hear that? I love to hear why it's important to guide and coach them to sensational start level 3, not just because I feel it, not just because it's a prestigious walk on stage or more highlight or a trophy, or maybe that's delicious. Oh yeah, there's also the 43% chance you're going to become a leader, a director and above. And therefore you have the potential to make the 1,500 on up, whatever amount a director can make. Oh my golly, I love hearing that. So next Saturday, because we have the completion of Summit today, we're getting, all the executives are going to be chatting, so we'll get to hear all that. So I'll be starring the things that I know we can share, and then just know I'll post this on M&M's because it's open to everyone, but we'll just always share that. So getting back to this super fun commission breakdown, what we thought we could do as a cow is do a real generic share of compensation, what the potential is. And then their cow is to literally schedule a coaching call with you to have theirs broken down from 2019 to 2020. And on our M&M's page, we will share the graphic that you're seeing right now. We will share that for each of the levels. So you will have this generic one to work off of. You will have, and we'll share them all, so you can use the ones at what level your team is. But just know, we have certified in leads. So the beautiful thing is okay, here's our next goal for you, your star. So what we are going to do with ours, if this fits for you guys, because I'm trying not to tell you what to do. This is a brainstorm right now, right? We're melding, we're brain boxing, whatever. But our thought was that you go over 2 of them, where they are if they're a star. That rhymed. Where they are if they're a star, and then where the next one is superstar. So you go over those 2 with them. What are your thoughts? What's your comfort? Absolutely, Ken and I'd be happy to piggyback on a Zoom with you too. But bottom line, it's something that you have got to learn eventually. So we are happy to do maybe 1 with you, even if you just have 1 in there. Don't make those the only ones that you break this down with, because we only have 9 out of our team. I already starred who I know I want to reach out to and say, oh my gosh, girl, you're on fire. She's not in the incentive group, but I want her to know you're on fire without a flame. Let's go see what you can do by this time next year. Want to? Okay, your turn. Thoughts?
I think it's great. I think that's something that's been missing for a long time is giving them examples like this so they can see the potential. If they're making $250 a month, like, woo, whatever, maybe they're happy with that. But when they know they could make $5,000, $10,000, they could pay their mortgage. It's a game changer, and I don't think they realize it.
I know, right?
And I think if they're seeing certified to lead or certified to star, because those are attainable. If they're just looking at this person was a star director and they promoted to superstar director, that seems like it's good to know. But I remember when I was lead, I never thought let me think about being a director. Let me think about being a superstar director. No, that wasn't even in my realm. But if I had seen the baby steps up to that, it would have been more eye-opening. So I think that's good.
Yeah, I think having the tiles or the posts so we can refer to them and use them with any team members that we want that aren't necessarily on this group, I think that's it has huge value.
Yeah. One thing you could add to the cow maybe is, so they schedule with us and then have them post their goal. Like, what is something they're going to work on for the next year or months or whatever. Like, oh, I really need to, you know, like I looked at lead to star and saw that like I only have 2 frontline. This star had 15. So I really, you know, and she had this great payday. So I really need to work on my frontline. Or if you're a star and you're working the superstar consultant, like, you know, my GWV is like just barely star numbers. So I really got to work on that. So maybe them post like their takeaway or their goal, you know, that way they're interactive in the page.
I think that, yeah, posting that goal and then maybe coming up with some strategies to get there. So they've got a path and now they've got some stairs to climb on that path. So it's visible to them and they can kind of check them off or whatever. That's what I'm envisioning right now.
Okay, so as we go through this week, just so be noodling on, where do we go from here? Like, what would be something for next week to piggyback off of this? And, you know, I mean, this is what we do all the time anyway. I think all of us do this, is when you're working with your team members, is say, okay, how do we grow from there? Not just how do we go, but how do we grow from there so we can keep their mojo going, keep their interest growing. You know, because I mean, if we were to just look at what is happening on that page, on the Let's Go page, it doesn't feel like there's interaction. It doesn't feel like there's any participation. But when you talk to them one-to-one, it is. This is a busy time of year, and that's what's so fun about those one-to-one conversations. So is it clear to what our role is as their leader then this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we can post on the M&M's page any questions or thoughts, or on our Let's Go Facebook group too. But I wanted to show you this because it was interesting, because I told you we did a shout out for different levels. How would you talk to this? It's so fascinating to me. I love it so much. Okay, can you see that?
Yep.
Yes.
$52.
You're not sharing the business, so you're not working your business.
So what does that mean? They're not working their business.
Well, they're barely active.
You see the year?
Yeah, everybody else is. They need to get going.
And how many active frontline?
3.
She got all the stuff, just not her own. Doing her. That looks like somebody on my team.
Look at this. Last year.
Bet this is somebody on my team.
This is the same person.
Yeah.
2019.
She's slacking and just not working her own business. Her team is working, but she's not.
So last year she had over 1,000 of her own PRV, no active frontline, but I know her team was 3. This year, her team has grown to 16. And out of those 16, she has 3 active.
If she tried, she could be a superstar.
Yeah, she's real close. Just what, 1,000?
So this was one of the things we were going to talk to. What would her commission have been if she would have had leadership PRV?
Yeah.
Way more.
Oh, she left money on the table.
Yeah.
Table.
Is this year? I can't see any date on it. Or
August 2020. Yeah, this is this year, and this was last year.
Yeah. Wow.
So no rank advancement in a year, but she could have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have another one like this. But see, at first I thought, oh, wow, I can't share that. But what I loved about it is, we can share from all of them.
Yeah. There's no name on it. We don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all.
But there's
Somebody-
something to learn from each of them is the point, right? Just because they got less money. But, oh, why? Oh, shoot. She got less.
I think it's important to show those because there are probably so many people that could be, you know, not just to see oh, if you do this and this and promote and get all this stuff, but like the plus of it, but here's the minus of it. Here's what you're missing.
Uh-huh. Okay, so this person, this was 2019. What's your takeaways?
Not getting paid.
She had
5 frontline.
11 team members.
So almost half of them were active.
Okay.
No PR.
And here's 2020.
Wow.
Promoted people.
3. Wow.
Last year, she was star, 5 active frontline. This year, superstar, 3 active frontline, 24 team members.
And she's making $98.
And she didn't get her 500 in.
Nope.
By $106. Like, come on.
And this
And
one,
this year,
one, you
this
guys, wants it so bad, she says.
probably not. She's lying.
Yeah, so when I saw this and I thought, oh my God, like, will we, and so I'm running this by you, will we scare them or intimidate them? If this person sees what a star did, which was almost 3 times their amount, and she's a superstar.
No, because if you point out that her rank is certified, that she's not getting her 500 PRV, like, we're not asking you to have it'd be great if you had 2,000 PRV, but you just have to have the 500. Like, how bad did she feel when she looks at this and she could have probably had $400 or $500, but she slacked on that $106 and didn't do it.
I just wonder
Again, I
how
don't think they know what the potential is. And if we can show them what the potential is, that will motivate them. I don't think it will intimidate them or, I think it'll motivate them.
Is there any way you can put these slides side by side?
No, that's why I did the big picture one with those other ones, Bonnie.
Yeah.
These, I will put them side by side, but I just concentrated on star through superstar director comp first.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, these are the things that, I mean, I think we got to have them. But what she didn't send me the bottom part where it breaks it down, her PRV and all that, which is fine. But see, so just to kind of play off of what you guys were thinking, I mean, that is my initial thought, like, oh, shoot, okay, I saw that, oh, crap, are we going to intimidate it? We're going to turn them off? And I just thought, first of all, in this particular case, she said she wants more. Really? Okay, so now it's time to act, not just hope. And B, well, I only want to work with those who want it. So, you know what? If you're intimidated or scared or whatever, A, it's real. Embrace it. Learn from it. B, I'm going to be here. I'm not going to quit on you. I'm not going to quit on you. I'm always going to be here. So when you're ready to kick it up a notch, I'm not a towing service. You let me know.
Just as long as we don't like talk about them and they're on the call. You know? We're like, oh man.
What?
I said, just if we're talking about them, either let us know they're on the call or know that they're not on the call, because I don't want to be like, man, she is just not working her business. Like, she's just lazy. Like, she's not getting her 500 in. Like, that might intimidate them. And they're like,
No. Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up, Brandy. None of this is being cut. The negative is only going to be in your one-to-one conversations. And
okay.
It's not a negative. It's powerful. No one is going to know. I will have a one-to-one with we got 3 of them just like this. And I just go, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a one-to-one with them. And then I'm using these because they gave me permission because it's all anonymous, you know. But these are for one-to-one conversations that will still post on the leadership group for you to have access to. And because they're so powerful, they're only going to see the the growth ones. They're only going to see what is potential ones in all 5 of those levels. Star, superstar, director. Yeah, in all 5 levels, it's kind of what you just saw for the superstar to director, and then the director to superstar director. I mean, star.
I think when we have our one-on-ones with these people, I think it might be interesting to have them send us this for them.
Yeah, theirs.
Last year and this year, so we can compare the two, because we don't see this. So I think that'd be good.
Say that again, Yvonne.
If when we have the one-on-ones, to have have them send us this, their August 2019 commission history and their August.
Oh my golly. Oh my God, I didn't even say that, huh? Yeah, duh, we got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot break this down for them, but yeah. And if they don't want to, you don't have to have it. But yeah, that's such a good point, Yvonne. It just will bring it home. What I loved from 2 of these that we did, one of them said, oh yeah, I didn't do very well. And then she showed us her numbers and she almost tripled. Whoa, I did better than I thought. And that's what I love. That's what's so great.
I'm just wondering if the person that's doing this, that's certified, but had hit superstar once upon a time, would even recognize this. I mean, are they so out there that they look at it and go, oh, well, that's, whoa, somebody's not doing too well. Don't recognize that it's actually theirs.
Well, the only reason why they would is because they went and looked at it to share it with me.
Okay,
right?
You can't pull it up.
Nope.
Okay.
No, I don't get to see commission. I mean, we can break it down. We can do that. But
numbers from the month, you just won't see the amount, the money.
So the example here, what we'll do, because this is what helped me, I want to know how much their check would have been if they would have got their 500.
Yeah.
So I'll do that before I post it, because I just think that's another great training tool, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, but how would you have figured out what their check was?
We can get an idea from what we see right here, and we can go back and look at their TWB. We can go look at that. We won't see their actual commission, so we can get a ballpark.
Just knowing like which
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Is there anything else from this that you can see that would help you in the training that we can add to it before I post it? Anything else? Okay, so I'll add the what their commission would be if they would have got active.
And knowing how many people they had on their team, because we can see how many active frontline they had, but
being active, I meant PRV 500. But yeah, so team numbers. Okay, add.
Yeah, because you said they like on one of them she had like 24.
Yeah, I think, yeah, which is good because it'll hold me accountable too, because I could be wrong. But it's good. It's good. They're good talking points, right?
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts? Good for the cause. We have for Summit today, we have Amy representative. Is there anything you want me to ask for what would help us better in Amy?
You know what I wish we had is I wish we were notified when things actually ship, and maybe I'm just not seeing it on there.
Me too. I want a notification when they ship. I have that in my notes.
I get it from my, from Scentsy, but I want to get it on Amy, because then I can look at what they ordered, and then I can, personalize that message a little bit more.
So one thing to piggyback on that, Bonnie, which is I know, right? I asked for the same alerts on Amy that we get through Scentsy.
Yeah, that's good.
Right?
Yep.
For everything. So-and-so ordered, I want to see that. So you got a new PWS order. Well, I want to see that on Amy. The so-and-so is shipped. I want to see that on Amy. So-and-so subscribed to club. I want to see that on Amy.
Yeah.
So-and-so, whatever, anything. Okay, anything else that you can think of?
I don't know if they already have this, but I would love I know they have the Facebook group, but I would love like maybe once a month a new consultant or like new to Amy training, because I go back and look at the old ones, like the new Amy old ones, and there's so much stuff that there's stuff that's missing, you know, that have been added since then, or that don't really apply. So like I like, for example, me, I haven't used it in a long time and I'd really like to, but I went back to look at the trainings and I was like, well, I know that we do this now. I know that I can talk to my team now. So where do I go to find that?
Okay.
Here's another one, and maybe I just don't know how to do it. And that is, you know how they have the default messages. I create my own, I save it. I wish I could save several things, so I could just choose different options of where I want to go with it, and then add a little bit of personalness. Does that make sense?
So more than one default message to choose.
Yeah. Yeah, and not no, not the default ones, but my own personal, so I can save.
They're your default, is what I mean. You
Yes.
get to have like 3 custom messages to choose from.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll call it a custom message.
Okay.
Anything else on that?
Not for Amy.
Okay, Bonnie, what do you have to show us?
Look at,
Ah! Stop it. What is that?
it's a costume, and it's just fuzzy, and I think I'm gonna have a show, so I might wear this opening night because I'm really gonna showcase Jack Skellington stuff. Isn't it cute?
Are we still recording?
Yeah, you want me to stop?
If you want to.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording.
Yeah, don't change your clothes, Brandy.